Okay, we'll go ahead and get started with Madison Keys. Maddie, welcome back to Australian Open as the defending champion. So how does it feel coming back as defending champion, and then how have your preparations been?
It feels really great to be back. Obviously, amazing memories from last year, and also just lots of success at this tournament. So always have really great memories from here. Amazing fans, and it's always my favorite place to start every year.
Awesome, thank you. Questions, please, if you could just raise your hand. Yes.
Maddie, welcome back. Do any emotions or any particular moments from last year as you walk back on the grounds, does anything ping in particular? Is it just the glow of being back here?
I think that I think you look back and it's kind of easy to be like, wow, everything was amazing and I can't believe it. But also you think about like, wow, I almost lost. Like I was match point down, had so many 3-set matches. There were some ugly matches. So I think it's really just it just kind of makes everything a little bit better just because it wasn't issue free. But it's really just incredible to walk around, and it's really just a kind of pinch me moment where you dream of being a Grand Slam champion when you're a little girl and then being able to come back, and there's a really cool photo of me holding the trophy. So getting to see those, it's just all, it's something that you dream of in your career, and then being able to experience it is really fun.
Next question? Yeah.
Dealing with some injuries at the end of this season, just what was the approach to the off season? Were you feeling excited? Were you feeling nerves? Just where was your head at in the last couple of weeks and months?
I was kind of able to get healthy, and then obviously got sick at the finals. So really just kind of had however many weeks we ended up having. But just to kind of get back to the basics and train, and was really looking forward to having just a solid off season where we could kind of work on some things. And one of my big goals this year is to kind of force myself to be a little bit uncomfortable on court and try to actually implement some of the things we're working on, as uncomfortable as those are in those big moments. But I'm really trying to push myself to kind of evolve and add more things to my game. And so that's really just been my goal all off season, is trying to learn new things, and then now the hard part of actually putting them in matches.
Question right here.
Good luck for the tournament. You were obviously asked a lot of questions instantly after it happened last year, but can you reflect now on how that Grand Slam win changed your life and even your mindset going into this year's tournament?
It's funny. Everyone keeps asking me how my life has changed, and it hasn't changed that much, other than I have a really cool trophy at home. And I have a lot of people that come up to me and tell me that me winning made them cry. I never thought that I would have that ability. So I think it's just it's been really cool as an athlete to have had that impact on so many people. And I've always tried to be very open and honest with everything that goes on in the sport, and kind of do my part of humanizing this part of the sport. So I think for me, the biggest thing that I feel like is a huge takeaway is that I was able to do that. And I don't think very often in sport you see that you have the ability to make people cry happy tears.
Ben.
I've been on tour for a long time, so before you won this major, so it's a new experience for you in some ways, in the whole 12 months of leading back up to coming back here. So I was wondering what that's sort of been like, having that on your resume, and also anticipation of being back at a major as the defending champion for the first time. I've heard lots of different players who've been in this experience talk about it being different than expected, or a different sort of pressure or something than they'd ever had before. How are you sort of handling it? Because you have lots of general tennis experience to draw from, obviously, but this is a new wrinkle, I guess, in some ways.
I think the thing that I'm really trying to kind of change my perspective on the pressure, I guess, is that even though I've been on tour for a long time, this is also still my first experience as that. So I'm really trying to just kind of embrace that and take it in and soak it in, because I feel like so often we look back and we regret that even in the hard moments that were stressful and pressure and all that, we didn't find all the fun parts of it. So I'm really just trying to soak in all of like the really cool fun parts, like walking in and seeing a picture of me holding the trophy. I could never have dreamed of that happening. So yes, I'm sure going on court, I'm going to be very nervous, but I don't think I've ever walked on court first round of a Grand Slam and not been nervous. So I'm really just excited for another new experience at this point in my career.
Have you seen your name in the tunnel yet?
I have not seen my name in the tunnel yet. I'm hoping that I can go in there where there's like no one else so I can like take a picture and send it to my mom.
It'll be the last thing you see before you step on RLA, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I've always kind of remembered kind of walking through that tunnel and like seeing all the names and everything, and it was a little bit of a pinch me moment where I was like, wow, like I'm going to be up there.
We have a couple more questions, David.
To speak to you since the U.S. Open, so I'm very curious if you've caught up at all with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Oh, I get to catch up a little bit. I have a few more episodes of their Greek trip, and then the reunion. I'm really excited. I have to wait for a time where my husband's not watching because he can't handle the fighting. I find it very soothing, so I try to watch it before bed. He hates it, so I'm trying to find a little quiet time of like 4 hours where I can just binge it all.
Clear battle lines being drawn. I'm curious where you fall on one side or the other.
You know, I feel like it really just depends on the episode where I end up. I really feel as though they are all just doing their part to give us the best entertainment, and they're doing it well. So I feel like I don't even want to pick sides because I just hope that they continue to be the people that they are.
The Traitors as well. Have you been catching up on that either?
I've never watched it. Someone tried to explain it to me. I feel like I should get into it.
Some of our friends.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll watch that next.
Back to tennis. A bit of a bigger picture one. There's obviously been a player push with the Grand Slams around a greater revenue share, welfare benefits, these types of things. How do you think that's going, and what's your reaction to the way the AO has responded?
I think that I completely see the player side of obviously wanting the slams to kind of step up and support player welfare. I think it's really important. We obviously give a lot of ourselves to the sport, so they being the highest revenue holders, I think it absolutely makes sense as we are the product, so it makes sense for us to be partners. I think that it has been the most productive conversations that we've ever had, which leads me to be carefully optimistic, I think, for the future. But I really think that it's in everyone's best interest to continue to be really good partners to each other. We all need each other, and we all want to try to do whatever we can to support each other. So like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Any final question?
Maddie, 1 year into marriage, what went well in year one? What are we looking to improve moving forward?
What went well? Well, we got to travel a lot, super fun, and we won a Grand Slam together, also very fun. What we're trying to change, my husband has threatened that if I try to renovate any more parts of our house, I will be thrown out of our house, which is fair because for the last 2 years, I think it's been 18 months of construction at our house. So he has asked me to at least take like a year break, which I feel like is fair. And I feel like that's part of marriage. Allegedly, it's compromise. So we'll see if that actually happens. There's one more bathroom that I could quickly renovate. So, but yeah, it's been absolutely amazing getting to travel together, and this life can be so hard and stressful and isolating. So being able to get to work together, travel together, actually see each other has been a huge blessing.
Okay, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you, everyone.